Welcome back to On Scene. I am Mason Matthews.
And I'm Joey Huffman.
And today, on this episode, we are going to talk about a choking victim and what to do, what the layperson might do on a choking victim.
One of the problem that I get, or the question that I get most of the time is, hey, listen, if they're not sure what to do, if I do something, am I going to get in trouble? Am I going to, I'm trying to help this person, I'm not sure what to do. Am I going to get in trouble by trying to help them?
This question comes up a lot. I think the most important thing, and we like to iterate when we go out and we talk to people, is first of all, doing something is better than not doing anything
Absolutely.
at all. Seeing something and then doing something is the best thing you can do. Not doing something is the worst thing you can do. But to go even further, there are actually laws. They're called Good Samaritan laws. They're actually laws that will protect a layperson from any legal liability by doing something. So that is not something they need to think about. The most important thing is someone's in distress and they need to do anything they can to help.
So if somebody was certified in this, those laws probably wouldn't apply, but this is not a certification course that we're doing here. This is just trying to give somebody some information. If you see somebody choking, just to give you some idea of what to do so that somebody is doing something.
Absolutely. This is you're out to eat with your family, or you're anywhere. We're out in our everyday life and you see someone choking, you think, man, I'd love to do something, I'm just not sure. That's what we're about to show you how to do.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, let's talk first about somebody choking. What is choking? It seems like it's fairly obvious, but at the same time, you've heard somebody, a family member, something, choking on a popcorn kernel, and they're coughing and they're hacking, but they're moving air. They're still breathing, but you can tell they're choking on something.
Right.
As long as they are able to move air and their body is trying on its own to work that out, usually it's best just to let them do that. Let their body do what it's designed to do, and let them try to get that up and out on their own. If at any point the person is no longer moving air, they're stridor, you hear that wheezing where they're not moving any air, it's not coming up, they're turning blue, or if they give you the universal sign for choking, then it's time for you to intervene, step in, and do something.
Gotcha. And like you said, if they're moving air, if they're coughing, encourage them to do so.
Yeah,
they are trying to clear whatever's blocking in there, and we don't want to impede that process. Let it happen. Let it happen. Once you stop seeing the air or stop hearing the coughing, or like you said, they're actually turning blue, that's when it's time to act. Yeah. And Joey's about to show us what to do.
So before I show you what to do, the first thing you want to do is call 911. If you're sitting there and something is happening, you want to tell whoever you're with, hey, go call 911. If you don't call 911, there's no help coming, okay? We don't just automatically know that. We've got to get the call. So call 911 and get us on the way, okay? And then the next thing you do, it's a very simple procedure. It's a very simple maneuver, and it doesn't take a ton of training to perform this. So what you do is you get the victim in front of you. This is for an adult victim, okay? And the way that I have always done this is I would take my thumb and just wrap around and stick it in their belly button. And then you just roll your fist over, and then you reach around with the other hand and grab this hand, and then the maneuver is you're pulling in and up at the same time. And it's a sharp maneuver. Now, I'm not going to do it hard, so don't do it, but I'm going to give a little Hamlet maneuver there, okay? And you're doing that until the patient either goes unconscious or that the foreign body is relieved. They're able to cough it up. You're able to push that out.
Well, and people have been hit in the stomach before.
Sure,
you know that feeling when you get, when you get a sharp hit to the abdominal region, you get that rush of air. That's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to create that pressure to pop whatever's stuck in there and get it out. And
you're
that's
trying to increase that intrathoracic pressure inside your chest to help blow that out.
Mm-hmm. How often? I mean, do they do it 10 times? Do they do it 5 times?
Just you want to do that until it comes out or until the patient passes out.
Okay, good deal.
So
good deal. Well, okay, so we know what to do for an adult, right? We showed that. I'm not a big adult, but we know what to do for a medium-sized adult. So you're quite a bit taller than I am. But what about? I think one question I get all the time when I go out and do lots of other informational things is, what about a kid?
What about a kiddo?
I mean, obviously it's got to be different, right? Okay. So
it is a different. So now a kiddo, when it changes on the maneuver, is of about 1 year old and under. Mm-hmm. So if you get a kid that's a year old or over, you do the maneuver I just showed you. You probably will not have to pull as hard as you would like on an adult, but if they're younger than a year, like an infant, then the maneuver does change some. So what you would do is if the baby's not moving air, the baby's turning blue, the baby's choking, the thing that you would do is you would pick the child up, Look and see if you can see it. If it's something that you can see, then you can try to retrieve it with your fingers. If you cannot see, don't just stick your finger in there blindly, because you will inadvertently push it further down, okay? So if you don't see anything, turn the baby over, support the baby's head, and you want to give them 5 back blows with the palm of your hand right between their shoulder blades. And it's just 5 sharp blows.
And we also want to you want their head below their chest at
You
this
let
point.
gravity help you out. Get their head down, absolutely. So it's 5 blows, 1. And then you roll them over, and you're going to give them 5 chest thrusts right between their nipple line. 5 chest thrusts, kind of like if it was a CPR maneuver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to want to look and see if you can see it. Okay? And like I said, you're going to do that until you can relieve the foreign body. And again, don't forget to call 911 first. We've got to get some help coming.
Right, and obviously the goal here is we're going to see whatever is blocking that airway. I mean, when you say where you're looking down in there, you want to be able to clearly grab it and get it out of the way. Be careful not to push it back down.
If you are, when we're creating this intrathoracic pressure, if we're able to move that foreign body up in the airway where you can see it, you want to try to grab it with your fingers and get it out of the way. But again, please don't reach down in there if you can't see it. You're just going to push it deeper down into their throat.
Okay. Let me ask you this. So whether this is an adult victim that we're working on or a child victim, if they do clear it, do we cancel 911?
No. I would have 911 continue on, let them be evaluated, and still possibly even need to be transported to the ER.
Absolutely.
Depending on what it was, you may not have gotten all of it up. It could have done a little trauma to their airway. There may be some swelling now. So it's still a good idea to have 911.
So regardless of the outcome, you need to let 911 continue so we can assess the patient when we get there.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's great, man. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll see you on our next edition of On Scene.
Next time.